Hi, we're the Billboard Road Crew, and we would like to thank you for coming on this road trip with us. Today's pit stop, 2020 year-end lists. Today's drivers are Sundrop, me, Roadrunner, and Triple Nine. Say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
So we're gonna be sharing today our 2020 year-end lists. And so we're gonna be starting off with our worst list. Just gonna be listing them off real quick since we've been enjoying more doing our our best list lately. So I guess
Unfortunately, our most watched video on this channel is still the worst list
mhm.
from 2021.
Yeah. Um,
The
uh,
worst comes in first.
but I guess I could start off with my worst list, real quick.
All right, go
Um,
for it.
so for just some of my dishonorable mentions, I have Homesick by Kane Brown. I just it kind of bored me throughout. I kind of didn't like the sentiment. For number 12, I uh, got What I Got by Jason Aldean. Just thought it was kind of another boring country song for me. And for my last dishonorable mention, I have Party Girl by Stay Solid Rocky. And I just thought that
Oh man.
Stay Solid Rocky just sounded like ass throughout the entire
Oh,
thing.
gee.
Yeah, he did
Uh,
not sound good.
yeah.
Um,
Holy God.
okay, now onto my list proper. Um, So at 10, I have 10,000 Hours by Justin Bieber and Dan and Shay. I just kind of really hate how sappy and artificial everything sounds. Um, for number 9, I have Memories by Maroon 5. I did not like how bare everything sounded throughout, which just made the entire thing uninteresting. Um, for number 8, I have Savage Love by Jason Derulo and Josh 685. I do think the beat's pretty cool, but Jason himself just ruins all the goodwill I had towards the beat, so was not good. Um, 7 is Stuck With You by Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande. No, just no, it's just really out of touch, horrible song. Uh, number 6, If the World Was Ending by Julia Michaels and JP Sachs. So needlessly melodramatic. Why are we giving Julia Michaels another hit? Number 5, Sunday Best by Surfaces. Can't get over how fake happy this sounds. They're also not good singers, so that didn't help. Um, Number 4 is Margarita by Luke Bryan. Just a very dumb song that makes me lose brain cells. Number 3, Ritmo by the Black Eyed Peas featuring J Balvin. Black Eyed Peas have officially lost their charm that we look back in fondness for their other eras. They're not good at reggaeton, and they are stealing from two other great songs. So for number 2, I have I Hope by Gabby Barrett. Hate the sentiment of the track, and the instrumental sounds like ass. Number 1 is Yummy by Justin Bieber. Don't even get me started on this song.
Oh man.
Still my least favorite song of the decade hit of the decade so far. It's just everything that was surrounding the song is disgusting. The lyrics, the promotion, I just everything. And I'm
Oh, the
glad,
promotion especially.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm
the promotion was just fucking whack. Like, what the hell was he?
And
um
he didn't even get to number one.
exactly, and
No,
I was gonna add, I'm glad we didn't give Bieber the satisfaction of getting it to number 1.
Roddy Rich, I bless your
Yes.
name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Um
um.
Sundrop, why don't
Uh,
you?
okay, yeah. I'll just rattle off mine really quick. All right.
Mhm,
So I don't have anything written for my dishonorable mentions. I'm just going to rattle those off real quick. Those were Be
mhm,
Like That by Kane Brown featuring Sway Lee and Khalid, If the World Was Ending by JP Sachs featuring Julia Michaels,
mhm,
and Rose's Imanbek remix by St. John.
mhm.
Sundrop, could you move a little closer to the mic, please?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Better, yes.
All right, cool. All right, so you want me to rattle those off again?
Sure.
All
Mhm,
right, so my dishonorable mentions were "Be Like That" by Kane Brown featuring Sway Lee and Khalid, "If the World
mhm,
Was Ending" by J.P. Sachs featuring Julia Michaels, and "Roses and Mountain Deck" remix by St. John.
mhm,
All right, so Let me list off my top 10 picks now. Number 10, Falling by Trevor Daniel. I was genuinely surprised when I actually paid attention to the lyrics. This was a love song because it sounds nothing like one. This song makes me feel like it's nap time, if anything. Also, the line, if you treat me right, I'll give you everything, somehow doesn't sit right with me. Number 9, Yummy by Justin Bieber. More than half the lyrics are Justin Bieber singing Yummy, which could tell you just how much he cared for this song. A decently produced beat wasn't enough to save it from the worst list treatment. Unironically, Danny Gonzalez's version is much better than this.
Yes, agreed.
Number 8, Got What I Got by Jason Aldean. If there's anything I want more in this godforsaken world, it's to have the country star who wore blackface to dress as Lil Wayne for Halloween never make another R&B song, let alone a badly mixed one.
I did not know about that.
Well, there's a...
What is it with country music and this kind of thing?
Yeah, it's...
No idea.
Crazy.
Absolutely zero clue. Plus, the songwriting is just one giant ball of confusion. It reminds me of that one SNL digital short about Convoluted Jerry, where Andy Samberg is like, quit not being my lover, quit not being my girl, yes, no, yes. Like, what the hell were you thinking?
Yeah, except that's funny, and there's no joke here.
No, Jason Aldean is not a comedian. Number 7, Party Girl by Stay Solid Rocky. The shaky voice was enough to turn me off for this one. But then we get this weird story about this guy trying desperately to hook up with a random girl at a party, and it just sounds so pathetic. Like, try to start a line without the word she. Like, be a good storyteller, my dude. Number 6, One Margarita by Luke Bryan. This is easily the whitest song on the list. The way Luke Bryan sings about tiki bars, senoritas, and Bob Marley, along with this dopey production, allows his inner Caucasian tourist to leap out of him. It makes me want to drink, but not out of celebration. Yeah, as a biracial, I feel like I need to half apologize for this. Number 5, Stuck With You by Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber. If you want the infamous Imagine video to be in the form of a charting pop song, this one's right up your alley. The organs try to...
I was wondering who was going to make that analogy.
Well, I'm the one who did it, so there you go. The organs try to give it this sentimental atmosphere, but they're just awkwardly placed. This song is a nice little time capsule for just how miserable quarantine started off. Number 4, Ritmo, Bad Boys for Life by the Black Eyed Peas featuring J Balvin. This song was just a poor attempt by J Balvin to recapture the same lightning he struck with Cardi B's I Like It. The sample is sloppily used, and the lyrics are just lazy flexing, which is something will.i.am is way too used to at this point. Do people really care that much about the Black Eyed Peas anymore? Like, damn.
Did anyone? Ever?
Yeah.
Number 3, this is an easy one. Hard to Forget by Sam Hunt. I don't have anything unique to say about this one that other reviewers haven't. Sam Hunt is terrible at being funny. The sample is even sloppier than the last song. And some of these lyrics do kind of give me stalker vibes. Reminder that one of Dan and Shay's wives liked my tweet dunking on Dispozo. It has nothing to do with the song. I just wanted to flex about that again. Number 2, Intentions by Justin Bieber featuring Quavo. People love mocking that line about equities and assets, but literally every line in the song is laughable. I don't know what the circumstances were when the songwriters jotted these lyrics, but y'all might want to avoid them in the future. And don't even get me started on that soda can opening effect. And number 1 is Savage Love, Laxed Siren Beats by Josh685 and Jason Derulo. Not only is the production annoying by every definition of the word, but I really hate the implications. Jason should not be chasing after a woman who is only taking advantage of him, nor should he be framing it as something positive. Maybe you should produce a TikTok video on how to promote good relationships.
Agreed.
So yeah, that is my worst list.
Nice.
Cool.
999.
I think I'm going to have some surprises.
Oh no.
So I'll start with the dishonorable mentions. Oh, don't worry. I'm not going to put a good song in here.
Okay.
Well.
No, I'm not going to do what I did in the worst video with, like, Industry Baby.
We believe you. Go for it.
Okay. Dishonorable mentions. The remix of What's Poppin' by Jack Harlow.
Oh.
All right, surprise number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. the original song is fine, but the remix is pointless.
Mm-hmm.
I feel.
Well, yeah. Actually, when you say it like that, yeah, the remix didn't really need to be made.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
Next dishonorable mention: Roxanne by Arizona Zervas.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay.
Yeah. And then third, I'm surprised neither of you mentioned this one: Dance Monkey.
Oh,
Ooh. Okay.
that
All right.
debuted this year in 2020.
Yeah, it was a hit in 2020.
Well, yeah, it made the year end.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
I thought
think it was
debuted
like
in
one of those songs.
2019.
Yeah, I think it was like released towards the end of 2019, but then became a
Okay.
hit in 2020. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, like Blinding Lights.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. So list proper. Number 10, If the World Was Ending by J.P. Sachs and Julia Michaels.
Mm-hmm.
Just boring.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then these next two songs I have no memory of, but I feel like that is like in my favor.
All right.
9 is Rags to Riches by Rod Wave and ATR Sun Sun.
Oh, okay. That was actually a candidate for my worst list.
Yeah. Number 8, Welcome Down by Annalie Chapa and Roddy Ricch.
No, don't do it. I like that song, but I can see how some people might not.
I don't remember that one, if I gotta be honest.
Number 7, Mood Swings by Pop Smoke and Lil TJ.
Fair.
Ooh,
Yeah,
ooh,
Pop
ooh,
Smoke's
ooh.
verse is gross.
Yeah, the whole song is just why.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 6, Stuck With You.
Okay.
Tone Deaf. Tone deaf to just an
Yeah.
extreme degree.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, Suicidal by YNW Melly and Juice WRLD.
Yeah.
Tone deaf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially with that feature.
Yeah. Like, please, put a dead man on a song called Suicidal. That is such a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, Falling by Trevor Daniel.
Okay.
This song is kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I sort of like the atmosphere. It has the same, like, ominous vibe of... I don't know if this is going to be, like, a hot take, but it reminds me of Seven Rings.
Production-wise, yeah. Like I can
Production-wise,
yeah.
yes. Yeah. But, like, Seven Rings, like, you can make excuses for that as, like, a fun song, but Falling has no such excuse. There's no fun here. Number 3, Party Girl by Stay Solid Rocky.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. 2, We Paid by Lil Baby and 42 Doug.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just going to skip ahead to my number 1, Savage Love by Josh685 and Jason Derulo.
Yo, look at that.
Yeah.
Same number 1, baby.
It's not just that the beat is annoying and Jason Derulo is annoying. It is that Jason Derulo stole this beat from him.
Yeah.
And like it's been like in a
Tried
lawsuit like for a very long time at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically,
God.
only credited him out of necessity, or else he was gonna get like a huge.
Yeah. So I'm told Siren Beat is, I don't know if it's still the case, but at the time it was like a big deal in New Zealand.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I might have to look into that. That's actually kind of interesting.
Sure.
Okay.
So shall we move on to the good stuff?
Yes.
Yes.
Finally.
Fun time. Positivity. Joy.
So-
Cheer. Laughter. Let's go.
So I went last. Can I go first?
Sure. We'll go.
Yeah,
You
you
can
go
do your first honorable mention, and then we'll go around.
Okay, that works. First honorable mention, Good as Hell by Lizzo.
Ooh, yay.
Man, fun song. Really fun song. I think Juice might be her best song, but if we're just looking strictly at the year-end list, Good as Hell is still a fun time.
Yeah, it is a fun time.
Yeah. In terms of Lizzo songs that made the year end, probably my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hopefully that new album is really successful.
More successful than Rumors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That song should have done better.
It should have.
That was a good one.
Yeah, it should have.
Sundrop. Why don't you give us your first honorable mention?
Sure. My first honorable mention is gonna have to be "Hard on Ice" by Rod Wave.
Hmm.
So I gotta say, like, Rod Wave might have been one of my favorite breakout stars from this year. Like the way he just elevates his voice and really projects his emotions onto this track and really digs deep into his personal feelings and just shows a lot of vulnerability. It's truly admirable for a hip hop star like him. And the piano piano and the very vibrating beat is just something to truly compliment. Like, holy crap, I did not know a rap star can make me feel for him that much.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a pleasant song. Um,
Yeah.
for my first honorable mention, I have Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles.
Yes.
Yay.
Yeah,
Yay.
I just think it's just a really great retro cut from him, and I love how that electric guitar is incorporated throughout the entire thing. Yeah, and it's just a nice summer
Looking
song.
for looking forward to that new album.
Yeah,
As it was, like, just
going
today,
crazy.
Oh,
just
as it
today,
was is terrific.
it is
Terrific
terrific.
song.
And just today, it broke, like, a huge Spotify record, which is
Mhm.
insane. Like, holy crap. Like, Harry, you are an all-star in the making.
Yep.
An all-timer. Yep.
All-timer, yeah.
So yeah.
Sundrop's turn, I believe.
Mhm.
Oh, we're okay. Well, is that a triple nine's turn?
We're gonna.
What was your
let
first honorable
Okay.
mention?
It was hard on ice.
Oh, okay. So, second honorable mentions then.
Yeah.
"Rain on Me" by Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande.
Okay, there you go.
It's good. It's very fun, uh, cathartic even, I would say. Very nice 90s dance throwback. It's good. It's a good time.
Yeah, all right. Yeah,
Uh,
I'll have more thoughts on Raid on Me in a moment, but yeah.
Ooh.
so
Yes.
funny story about that song myself. I'm not particularly a fan of it. I feel like with a collab of that caliber, they could have done much better. And I just before when I used to do like song reviews on my Twitter, I tweeted that out basically being like I'm not a fan of it. I hope they can do better like later on if they ever collab or something like that. And I got so many stands in my comments telling me the most heinous stuff. It was so funny to watch. It's
The
probably
Little
my
Monsters or
most
the Alienators?
both.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You got to be careful. Lady Gaga's
United.
fans and Ariana Grande's fans are very intense people.
And I did not know. I would just always like casually just put out my thoughts on Twitter, and then that happened, and it's still probably one of my most like interacted with tweets, and it's just so funny. It's how
Organized.
serious they get. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Okay.
Yeah. So Sundrop. Yeah.
All right, so let me give you my second honorable mention. That was "The Bones" by Maren Morris.
Hmm.
Mm.
It's almost
Great.
ironic how this song became huge in the final year of Trump's presidency, and Maren is singing about being in the home stretch. Clearly, there's more work to be done, but it's neat for her to give us that hopeful energy. Unfortunately, it was outmatched by another country song about optimism, and we'll touch on that soon.
Hmm.
Is that ironic or in the Alanis Morissette way?
I'm not entirely sure. What would you say?
Hmm.
So, third honorable mention.
Oh wait, I
So,
Wait,
didn't
wait,
say my
wait, wait. We
second
got
one.
to we got to do Roadrunner.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
yeah, it's okay. So this might be my hottest take yet, but
Mhm.
my second honorable mention is "Falling" by Trevor Daniel. Um,
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please elaborate.
So
Yes, I'd
I
like to hear this.
used to be when this song first came out. I used to be on the train of hating it like mostly everyone else. And over time, I was listening to it more and more, and it grew on me tremendously over the year, and even ended up making my 2020 Spotify Wrapped and all that. And I don't know, something about it, the way that Trevor Daniel is just crooning over this, what I think is a really great and atmospheric beat. And yeah, I think that moment in the beginning where the trap breakdown starts is just really cool. And yeah, I mean, some of the lyrics here and there, it's like, yeah, but I don't know. I
Okay.
really like it.
Okay. All right, if you say. All right.
Sure, that's fair.
Okay, so then now we can go on to our final round of
Mhm.
HMs, and we start with Triple Nine.
So before I do, I have a question. Can we do we have to stick to the urine list, or can I cheat and use the number one on my Spotify Wrapped?
Uh,
Mm,
you mean for our best list or just song
For
list?
my honorable mention,
Oh yeah,
can I make my last honorable mention
sure.
the number one on
yeah,
my
no, yeah,
2020
go for it.
Spotify
Sure.
Wrapped?
Yeah, sure.
Okay then, Death by Rock and Roll by the Pretty Reckless.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Um. Yeah.
It didn't chart on Hot 100, but I absolutely loved it. I played it to, fittingly enough, to death.
There you go.
I have a ticket to see them later this month. It will be my second time seeing them. Could not be more excited.
Okay,
Yeah,
well there
that
you
sounds
go. Oh,
awesome.
nice.
Yes.
Sundrop.
All right, so I hope I don't come out of this dead. Blinding Lights by The Weekend.
Mm.
No, it didn't make your
Yeah.
list. Okay.
No, yeah, and if there's any Weekend stands listening, I'm gonna need both of y'all to defend me from them. I do
Well,
appreciate.
judging by Dawn FM's numbers, I think they're giving up.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll have to see. We'll have to see how that pans out. Let me just say I do appreciate the song for its fast-paced energy, gritty tone, intense lyrics, and how it kickstarted a whole new era of synth pop. I guess I just wasn't connecting with it on a personal level, even though it's perfectly crafted. But there's enough admirable components here to acknowledge it. So
hmm Yeah,
yeah, so
I'm
yeah,
gonna have
so
more to speak on it later. But yeah,
yeah,
that's fair.
Ooh.
yeah, yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. So
Um. So yeah.
and then we
So
have
again.
Roadrunner.
I don't. I'm surprised it didn't end up being more of a hot take than it was. I thought this would make one of at least one of your worst lists. But for my last honorable mention, it's "Hot Girl Bummer" by Black Bear. Um,
Oh God, yeah.
Probably
One of
another
my
really big hot take of mine.
one of my favorite people in pop music. So
Yeah, I don't know why. I've liked a lot of Black Bear stuff since 2019, and it still hasn't changed. I love his carefree attitude throughout the song. Um, but I don't know. I just really like it.
okay, well, if you vibe with him, then that makes me happy, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess starting list proper, how we're gonna go throughout is a different person's gonna start each time until we get a number one, and then we say it all at once.
Yeah.
You got it.
Same format as the last few
Yeah,
videos.
we do it.
Okay. So for number 10, I guess Triple Nine could start us off, and then
So I just realized that all my honorable mentions were by women, which probably is there to make up for the fact that my list proper is mostly men.
yeah, kind of same here, which is kind of sad.
Yeah. So my number 10 is "Lovin' on You" by Luke Combs.
Oh, nice.
Pretty sweet country song.
hmm
That's all I have to say about it. Um,
Yeah.
Most of the Luke Combs stuff that I've heard has been pretty good. Not mind blowing, but I'm happy to see him having hits.
hmm
Okay.
I don't have any
My
strong feelings on the song, but good choice.
yeah. Yeah, "Lovin' on You" is one of those songs. Yeah, "Lovin' on You" was a pretty decent song. It didn't really stick with me too much, but Luke Combs is an excellent singer, and yeah, you could tell that there's a lot of like authenticity in the lyrics. He can really sing it from the heart. So I appreciate it.
I do have to say I restricted my list to just the songs on the 2020 year end that weren't carried over from 2019 or that also carried over into 2021
hmm
because if I didn't have that restriction, I would probably put something like "Bad Guy" or "Dynamite" on here.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay.
Um.
But I think "Lovin' on You" deserves to be on a best list.
Yeah.
If only at like the very bottom of it, because
Okay.
it's good, but not like incredible.
hmm
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Yeah. So Sundrop.
All right. So
Give
my
us your
number
number
10.
10.
All right, number 10 on my list is "Pussy Fairy" by Janae Aiko.
Mm.
All right, so what better way to start off the first half of my list than talking about vaginas? Uh, the song,
Well said.
yeah, thank you. The song already had me
One
sold.
lucky dude.
Oh yeah, very very lucky. The song already had me sold on the very relaxing beat with its calming keys and laid back guitar, as if you truly are laying down on a pillow, easing your muscles after a long day of work. While the
Hmm.
beat has this intensity to it, it never really becomes the focus of the production. Janae makes you feel like she's there to comfort you personally and really acts excited that you're going to spend the night together. With lyrics like, "That dick makes me so proud," and "We're going to have you and me time," she really makes the listener feel special in some way. The song really takes you on a sexually hypnotic journey, which is fitting
Yeah.
since the song is titled Pussy Fairy, as if you're entranced by her reproductive organ itself. I especially love the layered vocals that come in during the second refrain, really escalating the tension. Now, the version that got big was only 40 seconds shorter than the album version. The lengthier version has an intro where Janae goes for a vibe that infuses more traditional R&B sounds and features a deep voiced speaker saying, "I got my pussy on the way." It's probably not the tempo he said it at, but what I mean. I don't think it detracts from the song by any means, but the more well-known version, I would say, still has legs to stand on its own, creating an atmosphere that leads into seductive and inviting sex, which I'm sure listeners are very thankful Janae provided for them. On that note, I really advise everyone to go listen to Chilambo. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It is a good album. I don't really remember much from it, but I do remember liking it when I listened to it at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Pussy Fairy is just a really great chill song.
It
Very vibey.
is.
I do
Very
have to
vibey.
say, I really liked her work with Childish Gambino
Oh yeah,
on Because the Internet.
yeah, what's
Mhm.
it? Pink Toes, right? That was it.
I think
I
that's what it's called. I'm not
think
even sure.
I could look it up. Hang on. Because the Internet. What the first autofill result was Because the Internet screenplay. I
Ah.
forgot that was a thing.
Oh,
The
there you go.
screenplay.
Uh, yes, Pigtoes.
Yeah, yeah, great song.
Yeah.
Um, so for my number 10, I have High Fashion by Roddy Rich featuring Mustard.
Mm,
Okay.
mm.
So throughout this list, you're gonna be seeing a theme of uh, two people that kind of defined the year for me, and one was definitely Roddy. A mix of his like elastic Young Thug type vocals while having a greater sense of melody than Young Thug. I think it's just really great. I love listening to Roddy, and uh, I really like this more softer cut from him, and the production chemistry that him and Mustard have is also, at least in 2020, it was great. Um, the way he also twists the usual rapper narrative and talks about cherishing his girl was also a really sweet sentiment that I really like listening to. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I personally prefer Ballin, which is like the one everybody loves to praise. But
Hmm.
High Fashion had its fair amount of good elements.
Hmm. Yeah.
So
So you have anything to say, Triple Nine?
About high fashion,
Hmm.
don't really have any strong thoughts.
Hmm.
Um, I will say I will have some thoughts on the other Roddy Rich Mustard song.
Okay. Yeah.
oh yay!
So Sundrop, why don't you start us off with number 9?
All right, number 9. All right, so number 9 is "Wishing Well" by Juice World.
Mm.
Ooh, yeah.
Mhm. When I first discovered Juice World around early 2018, I found him to be a very talented fellow. His music wasn't exactly for me, but I could see why people were connecting with him so deeply. I can imagine his fans were devastated when he unexpectedly passed away, and they were even more torn up when this song came out posthumously, not to, rub salt into the wound. For
Hmm.
starters, that electric guitar melody that carries throughout the tune really captures the melancholic feel that the producer is aiming for. It's also nice that he's still boosting the trend of rap rock in the industry, which is still going strong today. But of course, you have to address just how heart-shattering these lyrics are. With Juice opening up about just how much he relies on taking pills to make himself feel alive, he wants desperately to show people how vulnerable he is, but he fears how people would view him in response. So he feels the need to recluse and shield his true feelings. It makes you feel very sorry for him because it feels like he could have received a ton of psychological help, but due to
Yeah.
unfortunate circumstances, that help never came to fruition. Jared really wanted to show people a genuine side to his character, and Chop Squad DJ does a wonderful job assisting him as a songwriter. I'm glad that Juice and Daryl could gift the world with this tearful send off to a beloved rap star who left too soon, and that nobody else played a part in crafting it. Absolutely no one. Not even worth looking up.
Yeah. Nobody else.
Nobody else.
uh, yeah. Um, I think it's a very important song in just discography, and I kept it off the list because it is very hard for me to listen to, uh, um, because it is very emotionally potent. But yeah, it is a really good song.
Mm-hmm. It really is. What about you, Triple Nine? Any thoughts on Wishing Well?
Um, it's all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never really clicked that much with Juice World's stuff. Like even like when he was around
Hmm.
or after he died. Uh, I liked Godzilla with Eminem, but that's like the full extent of it.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess moving on to my number nine, I have Dior by Pop Smoke. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Now for something completely opposite of high fashion, we have Dior. Uh, Pop Smoke, at least, since I grew up in New York City and all that, means a lot for where I'm from, and yeah, I just think this sounds great. From the chilling violin and the instrumental, and Pop's menacing presence is very captivating throughout the song. So apart from the very one disappointing line,
Yeah,
uh,
we know what you're saying.
mhm, it encapsulates New York's new sound, and of course, R.I.P. He had the potential to be the new 50 Cent, and I'm very sad it won't be capitalized off of a lot more.
You
Wait,
know,
is that why 50 Cent was on The Woo?
Well, 50 Cent actually executive produced the entire album, the entire posthumous album that came out,
Mm, I see.
because Pop said that he was like a big influence in his music and all that.
Ah, I see.
yeah. Now that you mentioned it, he did kind of have a bit of a 50 Cent influence,
Hmm.
with the way with his tone and like demeanor.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's
I,
still it's very sad.
I will I will say I feel like Pop Smoke had more personality in his vocals than 50 Cent.
Oh
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Of course. Yeah. A lot of the time, 50 Cent can come off very monotone if he's not maybe in the right instrumental or anything like that. And Pop
No,
Smoke.
yeah, like if you listen to In the Club, great song, but it doesn't sound like he wants to be there.
Exactly. Or like
Like
AO
he,
Technology, that one too.
mhm. Like he could have been 50 Cent without the colossal arrogance.
Yeah.
Sure.
yeah. But anyway, Triple Nine, why don't you give us your number nine pick?
So, as I said earlier, I am restricting songs that were on the 2019 and 2021 year ends, which means Blinding Lights is not eligible for the list proper. What is eligible is Heartless by The Weeknd,
Oh,
which is my number
yay.
9.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Took you a second. Uh, it's how do I talk about Heartless? Um, so Blinding Lights is this very transcendent pop song about being swept away, and Heartless is just the the image that The Weeknd has been using in his music in terms of like his interactions with women put to the aesthetic of After Hours,
Hmm.
and it's really ominous, like really well done,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and a lot of really good lines in the song.
uh, yeah. I would say that yeah, Heartless would be my fourth honorable mention if I had one, because yeah, it slaps that much.
Oh yeah, like Heartless is just one amazing song, and it feels like it did get a little overshadowed by Blinding Lights because Blinding Lights was just monumentally huge, but Heartless is still
The biggest song ever.
yeah, it's
Hmm.
still like he still did an A+ job with Heartless.
Totally.
Yeah. So now moving on to my number eight. I have "Break My Heart" by Dua Lipa, which is
Mm.
Oh, yay.
yeah second person who defined this year for me.
Yep.
Miss Dua Lipa. Yep. This
Yeah.
this just sounds so clean with that sick, infectious disco instrumental. A lot of relatable topics coming from Dua, and this song is one of the songs I've most come back most to since it came out because it's just really catchy, all that stuff.
Yeah, Break My Heart. Yeah, I think that was like the other radio darling besides Don't Start Now, and I wasn't. It wasn't like my favorite track from Future Nostalgia, but I was still grooving to it. It was so amazing.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
You triple nine, any thoughts?
Saving them.
Hmm. Oh, okay.
Woo! Nice. I'm excited.
Now, on to your number eight, triple nine.
On number 8.
Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles.
Yep,
Oh,
there it is.
that is so awesome.
Just a great, fun time. This song.
Hmm.
Is this the second song on our list proper about uh sexual stuff?
Yeah, and it's not going to be the last.
No, it will not.
hmm
But
Um,
yeah, I could definitely like close my eyes and picture this being played at a beach party. Like it just
Hmm.
fits that scene to a T.
yeah, it's definitely beach party music. That's a great way to describe it. Yeah, where like you just chopping on your watermelons and your berries and other fruits that he names in the
Or maybe
song.
like eating a popsicle.
Mm. A watermelon popsicle.
Exactly. Oh,
Oh,
oh, you know what? I don't think I've seen watermelon popsicles that often. I should look for that.
yeah. I mean, maybe like you chomp them while you chomp them down this next summer. So,
Yeah.
Mm,
mhm. um,
I'll make a note of that.
okay. So then, am I supposed to go now with my number 8? All right.
Yeah.
So my number 8 pick was "Die from a Broken Heart" by Maddie and Tay.
Mm, that's a good one.
It is. Now we have the song to drunk cry to whenever it's on. I haven't listened to a bunch of Maddie and Tay's music, but they left a great impression on me with this track. The tone of this track is dressed in such sorrow and woe, and it puts you right there with the country duo as they make a much needed phone call. It's very touching how the two women instinctively call their mothers for comfort and guidance on the whole fiasco, because as women themselves, they've probably had their fair share of crummy boyfriends who put them through ugly breakups. They offer great detail on how the entire blow up went down, with them explaining how their white dresses were stained by red wine, and how their knees are sore for praying, and how the door was slammed so hard that it no longer closes properly. They don't just feel traumatized by the breakup itself, but also just how swiftly everything occurred. I haven't had that many close romances myself, but I can only imagine how much it stings when a former lover dumps their partner just like that, in a snapping motion.
Hmm.
um, I especially love that line about the father having a pistol stashed in case something bad happens to her. Like
Hmm.
this guy was gonna kill this dick for breaking his baby girl's
Oh
heart.
wow.
I
Mm,
love my protect. Yeah, we love our protective daddies, don't we?
Hmm.
The whole song is complemented by a gentle guitar and soft tapping of the drum that allows the misery to just sit with you. By the time you finish listening, you'll be at the bottom of your Cabernet bottle.
Yeah. Um,
Mm-hmm.
2020 was a really strong year for country, a surprisingly strong year given how 2021 turned out. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Die from Broken Heart's a pretty decent cut.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
It
I
just makes
do
you want
think
to
it's
cuddle
well
them
done.
and just be like,
Yeah.
it just makes you want to cuddle them and be like, oh, I'm gonna cry with you. I'm sorry.
I remember getting a lot of ads for Spotify before I got a premium account, and they would advertise like all the best country songs, and Die from a Broken Heart was one of the songs they would play in the ad.
Hmm.
Uh,
So that's my memory of it.
Such a beautiful song.
Yeah.
Um, but
Definitely.
but Roadrunner, what did you select for number 8?
Oh, I think I went first.
Did you go
Um,
number? Did you go first? What was your pick?
yeah, the Break My Heart.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah,
So
sorry about that. I
It's
my
okay.
mistake.
No, it's okay.
yeah.
Uh,
Time for
Okay.
number sevens.
Yes.
triple nine,
So
you
yeah,
start us off.
we are doing sevens.
Oh, my turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right then.
Yes.
The Box by
The
Roddy Ricch.
box. Yes.
That box.
The lyrics
Oh.
are honestly kind of meaningless, but
That does.
no one cares.
Mhm.
It's just such a fun song.
Yeah.
Mhm. It's a great song. Great song.
Yeah.
It blocked Yummy from the #1 spot. That alone makes me respect it.
Mhm.
Yes.
You know, I'm always confused because like whenever I hear the intro for that song, I always think of Love, Sex, Magic by Sierra, you know, which also started off with that, you know, cinematic violin composition. But what do either of you know like what that's actually samples from?
The violin
No.
Yeah,
in the
like
song.
is it directly from Love, Sex, Magic, or was it something they
I
just
don't
came up with on their own? Yeah,
I
like
don't
because
think
I
so.
always
I
find
think
myself comparing those two. It's crazy.
Let me look it up. See if
I
whosampled.com says it.
I know that
Okay.
air sound effect was just Roddy playing around in the studio and the
Oh,
producer
yeah,
used
he
it.
was like, I think he told like the producer, "Oh, hang on, I want to do something," and then the producer was like, "The hell was that? Trust me, it's gonna be great."
Mhm.
It'll catch on. Um.
Let's see. Contains a sample of one song, "Dawn Symphony" by Roland Corporation from 2002.
Okay. That's I don't know that one.
Yeah.
So,
Um.
but anyway, why don't I just list off my #7 pick?
Mhm.
Go right ahead.
All right. For #7, I chose "Everything I Wanted" by Billie Eilish.
Yes.
Okay, I promise this will be the last depressing as shit song on my list for now. In a lot of ways,
It won't be the last one on mine.
oh, there you go. In a lot of ways, I pity Billy for bagging all 4 general categories at the Grammys in one night, because as incredibly rare that is, it put a lot of pressure on the young star. It's very easy to tell after the big show, the public began putting her more under a microscope, and as someone who's been very open about mental health, you can tell it's had a major impact on her. Everything I Wanted has Billy telling a haunting dream about her jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge and drowning in the water, but no one notices or even cares. And what's so interesting is how it's a beautiful way to capture how the public tends to see celebrities as hollow figures that only serve to keep us entertained, not giving a thought about what's going on in their head. Here we get to see the inner workings of a pop singer who jumped into the spotlight at a super young age and how the pressure is weighing on her immensely. The sound of the track also illustrates this masterfully with its calming yet sinister piano, the soft beats, the drowning effect on the second chorus, and Billy's signature layered vocals. But what's truly touching is when she wakes up from the dream, and Phineas is there to comfort her and let her know that she's special no matter what the populace believes. You can distinguish this song. You can distinguish this song from Billy's discography because it focuses more on her relationship with her brother and just how tight knit their bond is. It's a song about fame, but one that anyone who's amassed a huge audience can relate to.
Mhm. Yeah. I have some interesting thoughts about the song. I agree with all about the importance of the lyrical sentiment, and I do feel for Billy and all that. But sound-wise, it doesn't do a lot for me, and so I think that's what's keeping it from being great for me, like an all-time Billy song.
Okay. And Triple Nine, did you say that it's going to appear later on your list?
Yep.
All right. Well, then I'll let you save your thoughts.
Uh,
Roadrunner.
mhm.
What about you? What's your #7?
So for my seventh pick, going back to somebody else again who defined this year for me, I have "Ballin" by Roddy Ricch and Mustard.
Hey,
Yeah.
there it is.
Ballin has a surprisingly beautiful instrumental for a Mustard beat, along with Roddy's classic elastic melodies. It was also a very nice introduction for him into the mainstream and setting up his story and breaking down his like childhood story and all that for the public before he would pop off in 2020.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a very uplifting type of song, and
Mhm.
that comes in Roddy's like vocal performance and the production that Mustard puts together. It really does put you in like a good mood, and it
Mhm.
makes you want to like party and everything.
Yeah. I'm glad Mustard became so much better as a producer because he's been
Hmm.
making a lot of great beats, and I'm glad about that.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, I will say like his craft has definitely improved over the years.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's not just like low beat party jams. It's also like
Yeah,
uplifting songs that really make you happy and everything.
yeah,
So
agreed. Triple Nine, any thoughts?
Saving them.
Ooh, okay.
there you go. There you go.
So
All
now
right,
moving on
so
to number 6, I guess Sundrop is starting us off, right?
yep. All right, and my number 6 pick was "Rain on Me" by Lady Gaga and Ariana Grande.
There you go.
Mm.
All right, time to talk about the female collab everyone was excited they were showered with. Get it? Do you see what I did there?
Well, one of them.
A lot of folks are projecting this may be the last major pop hit Lady Gaga scores in her career, which might be a little up in the air. But if that's true, this was a great final hurrah. It's her singing about how everything. It's her singing about how even though she's facing a ton of inconveniences, she's going to keep her head held high and push through all the strain that comes her way, or even dance through it. But she's also joined by Ariana, which really feels like a torch passing moment, seeing how Ariana really established herself in the late 2010s as an impactful pop star. The retro beat is something to marvel at with its groovy tempo and descending violins. The breakdown towards the bridge is a nice breather before the drop just kicks right in again. I also gotta appreciate how Gaga announces the lyrics like some sort of dark overlord. I think that's supposed to tie in with the concept album, but I think it works regardless. The song was released around the first several months that the COVID pandemic began, so I can see why it was met with so much success and acclaim. Nobody knew what this strange virus was, where it came from, how badly it would affect people, how long it was going to last, or how it would change our world. It was fucking scary to say the least. But Gaga and Ari were able to offer us that hopefulness the world needed so much in times of uncertainty.
Yeah.
Come again.
I'm sorry, what?
You cut out for a moment.
Yeah, I was saying that while the world was experiencing the COVID pandemic for the first time, Gaga and Ari were able to offer us that hopefulness the world needed so much in times of uncertainty.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think since we both kind of said our piece on the song, I guess I'll move on to my number 6,
Okay.
which is Godzilla by Eminem featuring Juice World.
Ooh, all right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So album as a whole that this came out of, not it was very mid, but hot take. I think this song in particular kind of sounds like Eminem back in his prime, and
It does a little bit.
yeah, this and the story behind this really placed this on the list for me. Uh, so according to Eminem, Juice recorded the hook a few days before he left on that vacation and intended to record the verse at the back of the song after he came back. But as we know, unfortunately, he passed away on his way back.
Wait,
So,
so there was going to be a full Juice World verse.
hmm at the end of the song, yeah. So Eminem
Mm.
decided that if he had to fill the space that Juice was meant to be on, that he was going to rap like he never did before, and that's how that ending came to be.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. That's
And
pretty
I
damn
just
awesome.
yeah, and I was just after hearing that I was like, wow. And to me, his rapping on the back end is very entertaining to hear over that really bouncy beat, and the topic of the song too is was pretty interesting to hear. It had to do some about his alcoholism and all that, at least
Okay.
from what I picked up. So yeah, I just think the story behind the song is really cool.
Yeah, that's wonderful. Yeah, Godzilla is a really fun song to play. I always just love hearing him rap at a very fast pace that I don't think anyone else can capture.
Hmm.
And I do think that Eminem released a song from a place of sincerity. Like he really did want to honor Juice World. I didn't even know that he originally recorded it, but then had to but then all that ugly shit went down.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, it's a fun song, a wonderfully fun song.
Hmm.
So the story about Juice World intending to record stuff once he came back reminds me of the story of Otis Redding sitting on the dock of the bay. There's he whistles on the outro, and that was supposed to be a placeholder.
Hmm.
But then he died in a plane crash,
Oh
so he
wow.
never got to.
No, okay.
I've heard that like the story might not be true. The part about like him putting the whistling in as a placeholder, but um, it the story you shared of Juice World reminded me of that.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Um. So I guess yeah, 999. Your number 6.
Just one quick thing about Godzilla's
Hmm.
song. It's still like modern day corny Eminem, but like arguably at its most tolerable.
Hmm.
So yeah, fun song.
Yeah. Agreed.
So when I said I was saving my thoughts on Ballin, I was hoping to do like 999. What are your thoughts on Ballin? My number 6 is Roddy Ricch and Mustard's Ballin.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah, it is a really great like R&B flavored beat. Um, Roddy Ricch has a lot of a great ear for melody and a lot of charisma and just overall really joyful song.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I guess number 5. Who's
Number
starting
5
us off?
time.
Number
I
5. Oh
think
yeah, I'm
it's
starting off.
yeah.
So number 5. I'm surprised I'm the only one who had this on my best list, but it's "Blinding Lights" by The Weeknd.
There
Oh,
you
there you go.
go.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah. So this 2020 was The Weeknd's year. It was his
It
for the taking, and I wrote "What's a Best List" without this masterpiece song. Uh,
Mhm.
but I guess I was
Well,
gonna.
Todd in the Shadows best list.
Yeah, that's good.
Mhm.
So much 80s energy, and Max Martin's picture perfect instrumental. Um, it's just so great, and it definitely deserves to be the biggest song of all time. This helped so many people get through the beginning stages of the pandemic, and does have a very comforting quality to it as well. The After Hours era as a whole is just so iconic, and yeah.
Mhm. I've already talked about it in honorable mention, so
Yeah.
Hmm.
I feel like we've reached a point where there's nothing more that can be said about Blinding Lights.
Yeah.
mhm.
I, there will be a conversation if Stay or Heat Waves passes it in the GOAT ranking, but that's for
Oh
Uh,
another
yeah.
time.
Oh yes. Yes.
Because
Yep.
that's very possible
Absolutely.
at this point.
Right.
But so I guess 999 starts off with your number 5.
I'd like to point out that my 6 and 7 were both Roddy Ricch songs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yay.
Um, I, I, I mean, I noticed that before, but I didn't think to say anything about it until now. Anyway, my number 5 is "Break My Heart" by Dua Lipa.
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
Um, let's see. If I had to rank the, were there were just those 3 singles from Future Nostalgia? "Don't Start Now," "Break My Heart," and "Levitating."
That made the year end, yes.
Mhm.
Okay, so if I had to rank those, um, well, I'm not going to say which one is on top, but I would say, well, I'm I'm going to spoil it just by like process of elimination, but I would say "Break My Heart" and "Levitating" are about as good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Um, I put "Levitating" at like number 3 on my, you know, on my best of 2021 list. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but like there were just so many. There were just a couple more songs ahead of it in 2020 that I had to put it a little bit lower. But they're both fantastic songs. Actually, talking about it now, I would probably give "Levitating" the slight edge, but every time I listen to "Break My Heart," it is just a really smooth disco tinged bop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. So, Sundrop, why don't you give us your number 5?
All right. Number 5 is "WAP." Cardi B featuring Megan Thee
Mm,
Stallion. All right.
yes.
So, what better way to start off the second half of my list than talking about more vaginas?
Hey.
All right, so this time we
Sundrop
have
on a
Cardi
roll.
and Meg. Yes, I know. This time we have Cardi and Megan tag teaming and giving us the filthiest, most energetic sex jam the 21st century has ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
The instrumental isn't too complex, but it doesn't have to be. It just relies on a simple bass melody and a sample of the phrase "There's some whores in this house" from the 1993 club song by Frank Ski. When it comes to the lyrics, what can I say about the lyrics? There are just so many legendary one-liners throughout this record that just listing all of the highlights would just make this video even longer than it already is. One thing you can certainly admire is the difference between Cardi and Megan's flows. Cardi takes her time enunciating the words to make them really sit with you, while Megan spits them at a rapid pace, making sure everyone hits you like a bullet. Arguably, you could actually call this a feminist anthem in a way, because it's women demanding what they want to do with a man during sex. You know, I want to be tied up. I want to switch my wig. I want to have my tingly thing touched. It's two women taking control of their own desires and forcing men to follow suit. Like, no doubt this was a fun jam to blast that year. And lastly, I want to thank this song for making everyone realize that Ben Shapiro's music opinions are fucking awful.
Oh yeah.
What, you mean people didn't know that before?
Yeah, but now they know that they're virginal too.
Mm-hmm. All the memes about Ben Shapiro not knowing how sex works is just so funny, because he was like complaining about how like them having WAPs, like that they may have a medical condition, and it's just such a self-report. It's so funny.
Oh god. If there's one video I could recommend, it's this YouTube comedian named Sir Spence, where he does a song about if Ben Shapiro could rap.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fucking hilarious. You gotta
Yeah,
look it up
watch
later.
it. It's so funny.
If Ben Shapiro could rap, his name would be Tom McDonald.
Oh, shots fired!
Triple.
You got him, man. You got him, man.
Yeah.
You got him.
Ghosted.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So I
WAP
think that's
is
about.
iconic. Like iconic line after iconic line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it would also be an honorable mention of mine if I expanded it.
Okay. So I think that's about enough with the fives. We can move on to number 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I think 999 is, yeah, starting this off, yeah.
I just now realized that I implied Tom McDonald could rap. I'm so sorry for
How
giving
dare
him more
you,
credit than
Tom.
he deserves.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Number 4, Adore You by Harry Styles.
Mm.
Ooh.
Yeah. This is a song I have revisited many, many, many times. It is just so passionately done. And the beat and the backing vocals and the chorus, it's just so earnest and so powerful. It's great.
Yeah. So
I also love the guitar work.
mm-hmm. I say if what's I'm blanking on the song's name. What's the name?
Adore You?
If Adore You, if it was just the first minute, it would probably make my list. But I feel like after that minute's done, he gets kind of too repetitive, and he says the chorus like 4 more times or something like that. And I don't know. I just thought it's like it kind of got annoyingly repetitive, but yeah, it sounds great. And yeah, it's Harry Styles being Harry Styles, so.
Me, I'm gonna have a lot more to say on it when we get to a certain position. So
Okay.
Why
don't you give us your number 4?
All right, my number 4 was "Don't Start Now" by Dua Lipa.
Yeah. Number 4 on the year end. Number 4 on your list.
Hey, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
What a glorious song to start off a brand new era of retro hits. Here we have another kiss-off anthem from the English pop singer, which she's already dabbled in a few times before, but this time it's in the form of a throwback jam that's reminiscent of the 70s, and it hits all of the right targets. The way she interpolates the disco call in the bridge, that little synth noise that happens right before the first chorus, and who could forget the beautiful cowbell? I bet Christopher Walken grooves to this tune when nobody else is home.
Happy belated birthday to Mr. Walken.
Oh, okay. Hope you have a good birthday cake.
Yeah.
What's really tasteful though is that bass line drop on the chorus. That's so effective. Yes, it's
Mm.
so effective that it rivals Attention by Charlie Puth. What I really enjoy is how it's keeping with our theme where ladies are making demands for their lovers, or in this case, ex-lovers, on what they want from them. Dua makes a harsh request for her douche of a boyfriend to not follow her, or even interact with her, for she's taken way too much crap to deal with him anymore. This is all assisted by the sampled lyrics from Gloria Gaynor's I Will Survive, giving the song a fair amount of cred. It's also great how this seemed to be the song that really got people on board with Dua Lipa and how she broke the Best New Artist curse. We've had a
Yes,
ton
I
of
was
fallen
very glad about that.
yeah, we've had a ton of fallen comrades thanks to that award. Some will be missed like Alessia Cara, and some a little less like Megan Trainor, but I can guarantee Dua Lipa's in it for the long haul.
Oh, didn't Adele win Best New Artist?
Yeah, but like after
There
that, there
was
was
a
like a
streak
really
of
there was a
flops.
streak.
Yeah,
There
there
was
was
a
a
Yeah.
streak.
streak of flops. Before I say anything, do you have anything to say, Triple Dime?
I do, but I'm saving it.
Okay,
Ah,
that's it,
oh, there you go.
because
Mhm.
my number four is also "Don't Start Now" by Dua Lipa. Uh,
Yeah, baby,
yeah.
Nice.
let's
So,
go.
yeah. So, I remember hearing this for the first time at the end of 2019 and just being blown away. As she took her songs to the next level. As I was already in love with her old hits before that, but they felt very interchangeable with the sound of the time. And like any pop
Mhm.
star could have sang them. But
Mhm.
this, she was ahead of the zeitgeist. She created what was gonna be the sound of the 2020s, and I cannot, I could not be more happy that she finally found her sound.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm very glad, as it nothing beats that iconic bass or the very um self-assuring lyrics. And also, it's
Mhm.
just I can't help but dance to it every time I hear it. It's such a fun song.
It really is. It's
Yeah.
Oh, the bass
fantastic.
guitar also like Charlie Puth's attention.
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Mhm.
So I guess now moving on to number three.
Mhm.
Uh, oh yeah, moving on to number three. I guess Sundrop starting us off, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we're about to get into serious mode again.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Number three is "The Bigger Picture" by Lil Baby.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Hmm. I remember people saying this was the song that made people grow a ton of respect for Lil Baby. As for me personally, there's no other Lil Baby songs I can list that have really like wowed me, but I have to give him props for producing quite possibly the best anthem for the Black Lives Matter protests.
Hmm.
For one, I just really love that progressive, high-pitched piano melody that carries throughout the song. It almost gives you a sense of adrenaline, and when you pair it with that intense trap beat, your heart is just racing and makes you feel like some serious work needs to be done, and that's very clearly demonstrated by the lyrics. Lil Baby raps about the corruption of the police system and how it works to brutalize people of color. There's so many sad realities he puts in the spotlight, like how cops will shoot you even when you're down, put you in jail for life over minor offenses, and how the system seems keeps them trapped in a cycle of crime and poverty that seems to be too difficult to escape. He makes this a rallying call for anyone, whether they're white, black, Asian, Hispanic, indigenous, or any race, to come together and stand for what's right, raise their fists, and chant to the people holding the power in this country, "I can't breathe." This may
Hmm.
sound like a cop out, but I mean it in the best way. This song has too many profound lines for me to go over, and you must read all of them yourself to soak in just how much weight they hold. Again, I'm still not going bonkers over Lil Baby as an artist, but one thing for sure is that this song will serve as a flawless time capsule in years to come, allowing listeners to glimpse into a time where Americans had enough of cruel murders of black folks.
Hmm. Yeah. Lyrically, I cannot agree with you more.
Mm-hmm.
Lyrically, this is Lil Baby's best written song. So
It is. It
important,
is.
and yeah, it's also very timeless, which is also very cool. And yeah, I guess
Mm-hmm.
my main problem is I feel like they could have done more. I guess not done more, but I guess cleaned up the instrumental a bit, because like sometimes when I'm listening to it, I can't get over some of like the rough edges of the instrumental. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
great song.
Okay. Yeah. Triple Nine. Any thoughts?
So I have what might be a hot take about this
Mm.
song.
Okay.
It's like the lyrics, true, all like truth bombs,
Mm.
but Lil Baby still sounds like Lil Baby,
Mm-hmm.
and that's an issue for me. There was you guys know the singer Her, yes?
Hmm.
Yeah, her.
She had another Black Lives Matter anthem that
Yeah.
same year called "I Can't Breathe," which I think has vocals and lyrics and is just in its own way arguably more powerful. It's sort of like how Todd described Kesha's "Praying," like it's so powerful you can't listen to it like over and over again.
Mm-hmm. I see what you're saying.
Uh, yeah.
Yeah. On that note,
Oh,
we
yeah.
uh
I just realized if there if I had like more spots for honorable mentions, that would have been in there.
Okay. Yeah.
mhm. uh also on that note, we should have made a Run the Jewel song that year a hit.
Yes, yes, dude, that album was
Hmm.
fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would have been really cool. But yeah, I guess moving on to my number three, and this one is is funny because it ended up on one of your worst lists. But I have
Oh God.
Roses I'm in Beck remix by St. John. And
Okay.
Mm,
I feel like
Okay.
I'm in Beck took an otherwise very boring song because the original is very that boring and just made it a wild ride from front to back. I think Sean from Diamond X Studio said it perfectly, where he said the song has the vibe that it's just been going on forever, and we were just plopped into the middle of a random moment during
Okay.
this for everything. And I love how the instrumental's always shifting, so it's never boring throughout. And yeah, also one of my most listened to songs of the year. So yeah, really great for me.
Okay. Yeah. To me personally, I just really wasn't digging it. I just don't like how the voice is mixed, and like sometimes it's even hard to like hear what St. John is saying.
Hmm.
But if you like bumping it, then I ain't gonna stop you.
Yeah. Do you have any thoughts, Triple Knife?
about remind me of the song again.
Oh,
Yeah, the remix. Yeah.
yeah.
It's I don't really care for it. Now, obviously, not enough to put it even in my dishonorable mentions, but
Hmm.
yeah, more
Okay.
power to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then triple nine. What was your number two pick? I mean, three
Three.
pick.
Three.
Yeah.
Um, going back to another song that I said I was saving my thoughts on, "Everything I Wanted" by Billie Eilish.
Hmm.
Ah, yay.
So, you guys have listened to "Melodrama" by Lorde.
I have, yes.
This is Billie's liability.
Yes.
Think about it. This song is essentially the line, "The truth is, I'm a toy that people enjoy till all the tricks don't work anymore."
Right.
But as a
Mm.
full song.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Just powerful
Um.
stuff from
Mhm.
Billie. And Phineas, too. The production's great.
It is great. Wonderful.
Hmm.
So I think because we already talked about it, I think we could just move on to number two, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I guess I'm starting off right. So
Yes.
my number two is "Mood" by 24K Golden featuring Ian Dior. Uh,
Ooh, yes. Mhm.
yeah. Never have I heard a song so catchy and filled with energy in like the past few years. Like, love both of their energy on this and so easy to listen to and replay. I think it's short. I think its short length is what helps with its replayability, and I just can't get enough of the song. Hopefully, we get these types of light, fun songs with like funky attitudes in the future. But yeah, I really love the song.
Mood is a song that I'm very surprised didn't make it onto my list. I really wanted it to, but there were like so many other good songs that took its place, and I was like, damn,
Yeah.
sorry, 24 Karat Golden. I mean, I really wish I could have given you your just dues, but just dues means like something that's deserved, right? I want to make sure I'm using that right.
Hmm.
Yeah, I really hope I could have given you your just dues, but uh too bad Maddie and Tay beat you to it. But yeah, it's a fun song. 24 Karat Golden and Ian Dior do a great job on it. I love the guitar riffs. The trap beat's fun, and
Yep.
I really was happy that it became a number one hit. You know, it deserved to.
Hmm. And I think it's the top 100 on the GOAT list too, which is also insane.
Yeah, it is on the greatest of all time list.
And Triple Nine, you had Mood on your worst list, right, for 2021?
Um, I believe I did. I I don't know if I feel. I don't know if I dislike it as much now, but I still don't really care for it.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
So with that, why don't we move on to Triple Nine's number two pick?
Hmm.
My second favorite song of 2020 was also "WAP" by Cardi B featuring Megan Thee Stallion.
Yes, let's go.
Hmm.
I very distinctly remember the first time I listened to the song and not really liking it. Then just the next time I listened to it, something clicked. I don't know what or how, but suddenly I was like, "Oh, this is actually really fun." And weird thing is, I don't like hate Cardi B, but I never like paid her that much attention.
Hmm.
I thought that like when Bodak Yellow was big, I was like, I don't really get it. What's all the hype for? Like she's whatever. And then Megan Thee Stallion, I think like 99% of her songs are about sex, and I do kind of wish that at one point she would start like rapping about something else. Like she just graduated with like a business degree. That
Yeah.
that should give you something to talk about. But I think here this is like, especially after this, you don't need to keep rapping about sex because you're not topping this. Pun intended.
There you go.
Yeah. Agreed.
All right, I've already said a bunch about this song, so
Yeah,
I'll
and
go into
again, just like Heartless, so many great lines in this song.
Beautiful.
Too many iconic
I'm
lines
struggling to pick
count.
just one as an example.
Mm-hmm.
The touch that little dangly thing that swings in the back of my throat.
I want to.
I remember someone posted in the comments of Tom the Shadows review where it's like, touch that little dangly thing swinging back of my throat. They said, oh, so it's a girl house.
I know that.
Oh, I get that reference. That's for Monster House. That's a good movie. I like that movie.
Yeah, I remember that one too. Yeah. So I've said a bunch about WAP at this point, so I'll just go on to my number two pick. That was Bluebird by Miranda Lambert.
Ooh.
Talk about pulling a wild card from my sleeve. Here we have our country veteran trying to lift up everyone's spirits in a pessimistic era, and she's pretty damn successful at it. While the production relies on the same instruments that you would expect from a country song, every single one plays an important role. The drums are nicely mixed, the guitar is able to add this level of excitement, and best of all, the bass composition really ties the whole theme together. The song has this sense of darkness to it, but it's still surrounded by this aura of hopefulness. You know that the world is in a crappy state, but you want to keep pushing forward because you know there's better days waiting for you in the future. The Bluebird resembles that idea of tranquility that we all strive for, that state of pure bliss we all work to achieve. It's not dissimilar from the role it plays in Somewhere Over the Rainbow. It shows in the instrumentation as well. That little vocal melody Miranda keeps singing could be that of a bird chirping from high in the air, you know, like, ooh. And that fluttery guitar during the intro is like the bird flapping its wings, ready to take to the wind. When I first played this song, I really did not expect it to stick with me that much. But alas, Miranda Lambert has stunned me with her grace, beauty, and charisma. Now fly, my pretty.
Yeah. Honestly, I did not care for this one much. I do think it's one of the better country songs of the year. But yeah, not much for me.
Okay. And Triple Nine, do you have any thoughts?
I liked it, although I will say Miranda Lambert is like the way she sings. It's like a stereotype of country singers. Like she has an almost distracting amount of twang in her voice.
Okay.
But I mean, it's you can overlook it because her songs are still very good.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
So, y'all ready to reveal all our number ones at once?
Let's
Yep.
do this.
Let's do
Okay.
it.
3, 2, 1. The Box
Don't
by
Start Now
Adore
by
Roddy
Dua Lipa.
you.
Ricch. Uh,
All right.
okay,
So who's
so
starting?
I guess I can start again.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I have The Box by Roddy Ricch, and
Nice.
uh,
Yay.
what what else can I say about the song? The ear sound effect is so unique in the beat and adds so much texture to the song. The strings are a very great touch as well, and this song represents such a refreshing person to get mainstream attention, which was sadly squandered in years to come. But that's a topic for a different video. Uh,
Hmm.
I also love how he's constantly changing up his flow throughout, and the mystery aspect. We never really figure out what he means by the box. Like it has so many different meanings that um yeah, he says he's not really gonna break that one down, which I think is interesting. Also iconic line on top of iconic line. Uh and also the story around the song, how the album that this is from blocked Rare by Selena Gomez, and the song The
Ooh.
Box blocked Yummy from also being number one. Uh and it's made it even funnier because he also tweeted out those weeks stream Yummy and buy Rare on
Oh
both
man.
those weeks. And
Iconic.
What a
yeah,
fucking legend. Like
I
what the
know,
hell? Like
I know.
Selena and Justin, like both sides were defeated. A fucking third party candidate came out on top.
Mhm.
The
Exactly. Just
2020 presidential candidate.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just story behind it. The song itself is why I love the song to death. It's so great.
Yeah, I've already talked about the box. So triple
Hmm.
nine. What do we zero on number one?
Don't Start Now.
Don't say no.
Don't start now. Ooh
Awesome
yeah,
pick.
perfect.
That bass guitar. My
Hmm.
God. That's
Oh.
like eargasm.
Oh,
Yeah.
beautiful, just beautiful.
Yes.
So I think I'll reveal. Okay, so let me state my number one again.
Hmm.
That was "Adore You" by Harry Styles.
Yeah.
All right, at last comes the song where I get to unleash my bisexuality like a wild horse.
Wait. Were all our number one songs that appeared like previously on these lists?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting.
Yeah. So anyway, allow me to unleash my bisexuality like a wild horse. First off, I'm entirely convinced Harry wrote this song for me, and absolutely no one but me. Okay, now to speak on the music itself, this
Hmm.
song feels like something that doesn't belong in this era. The faint radar that opens up the whole track, the way it infuses the disco sound, the euphoric backup vocals, and the guitar riffs on the outro all work in perfect harmony. When it comes to the lyrics, they're very simple and minimal, but that's all they need to be. They carry such an intimacy that makes you want to fall in love. He sings about strawberry lipstick, lemon over ice, and how lost he gets when he gazes at you. He relies on his charisma alone to sell these lyrics, which is super impressive. This list has included a fair amount of retro hits, but something about this one feels like a real standout. Much like Dua Lipa's Don't Start Now, this feels like a song that established Harry as a force to be reckoned with, someone who can rule the industry and change the game. I also
Hmm.
want to highlight just how fucking incredible the video is. Not the shortened version,
Oh
all
yeah,
right?
the
Not the one
video.
that, yeah, we're talking full length, baby.
Hmm.
We see Harry trying to fit into a society that doesn't seem equipped to handle him. And when he's at his lowest, he finds a fish to share a special bond with, and their love allows him to grow into an impressive size, forcing him to rejoin his clan at sea, and Harry to finally find peace with the residents of Aroda. It sounds fucking wild, but it makes me tear up whenever I see it. I haven't connected personally with the song as much as Adore You, and I'm happy to call it my best hit song of 2020.
Yeah.
What?
Yep. Yeah,
I
there you go.
I do find it interesting that our worst list and best list had a lot of similarities, unlike our
Mhm.
2021
Yeah,
stuff. And
like Falling, Roses,
mhm.
were there a few others?
Yeah, I'm just oh sorry. I'm I'm blanking. But anyway, uh, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh
Plus,
yeah, I was
here's
gonna
another.
say it's a testament to how great this year was. There was so much happening in music, unlike what's happening now, and
I was gonna say the music was great. Everything else sucked.
yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like I thought that when the pandemic hit, that music for sure was gonna slow down, but then yeah, it
No,
just kept going, and
it was the
Yeah.
exact opposite. If anything,
yeah,
it actually absolutely kicked ass.
yeah.
By the way, here's something I noticed. All of our number one picks for the best list made it into the top 10 on the year end for Billboard.
Hmm.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah, The Box was number 3, Don't Start Now was number 4, and Adore You, I believe, was number 6.
Yes. Which is also where it peaked on the weekly chart.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I guess Sundrop, you wanna do
Yes,
that?
yes, I'll do the outro. So, folks, this is where you get off. Hopefully, you will take a trip with us again soon. But before we let you go, we would like to ask you to subscribe and like the video if you enjoyed the ride. Again, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you on the very next trip.
Bye.
Bye. Stream Palace Farmer. That was a great album from 2020. Bye.
Bye.